contour right now because there's a lot going on. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I bring to you guys this halo look. I actually recreated this look back then in one of my videos. I believe it was the, let me check. Oh please. Yeah, it was actually my 5th video when I created that fall cranberry halo ad. And not that I didn't really like it, but since then I've got so much better with creating stuff on my eyes, period, anything that involves makeup, period. So I wanted to actually recreate this but do something more subtle, because I realized, okay, a lot of people really can't wear that out, or really doesn't go with a lot of things. So I decided to recreate this neutral halo eye, and I think I just love the way it came out. It came out so perfect. And I actually did a different technique, completely opposite of what I did in the other video. So yeah, and while you're here, go ahead and click the notification bell and go ahead and subscribe to my channel. That way you'll know anytime I upload new videos. So anyway, if you want to know how I achieved this look, keep on watching. Okay, so as you can see, I've already completed my other eye off camera. And so now I'm just going to go ahead and start on the other eye. And the first thing I'm going to do is go into the Masquerade by Juvia's palette, and I'm just going to first be going into this shade called Burkina. And I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing these wrong, because I probably pronounce all of these wrong, but I'm just going to be going into this shade right here, and I'm just going to be using a flat brush, and I'm just going to dip it in. And all I'm going to do with this first is just cut out where I want my halo eye to start. You can see I've already kind of started because I got so into it I forgot to start the camera. But what I did first is I just draw it out, and basically all you're doing is drawing out from the inner part of your eye and the outer part of your eye, but you're not making it meet into center yet. And then I like to drag a little bit in. I like more poofier brushes for this type of look, and I just go ahead and lightly blend that out. And whatever color you use, you want it to refrain from going outside of the line that you created. And like off camera, this as like the shadow in the middle is like super pigmented, but for some reason it's not picking up on camera. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go into these 2 shades, which I'm not going to even try and pronounce, but it's this shade and this shade, which are in the right bottom corner of this palette. And I'm just going to get an even smaller flat brush, and I'm just going to mix these 2 shades together. And with these 2 shades, I'm going to be applying it only in the very outer part and inner part of my eye, just to get this more into a deeper effect. So I'm just going to draw it in. Now what I'm going to do is go ahead and blend this out. But I'm not going to blend it out too much, because you don't want to lose that color. And I'm just dragging a little bit across the eye. You want to be very light-handed when blending out these colors as well too. Like, I always thought that my eyes are like so hooded. Like when I look down, you can't even tell I have a halo eye. But like when I look up, you can see everything like perfect. Or when I stretch my eyes, which I hate, but I mean, it is what it is. I just learned to work with it. So it should be a blank canvas right in the center of your eye when creating a halo. And what I'm going to do, if you want your whatever color you're going to apply in the center to be a lot more pigmented, I like to use a concealer. And today I'm going to be using the Instant Age Rewind from Maybelline. And to me, I think this is like the most difficult part, because you have to refrain from getting it on the outer parts that you already created. So I'm just going to lightly hit into the center of my eye. And I take my finger So now I'm going to be going to this silver shade. I don't know if the camera is picking up the color, but it's this shade right here, and I'm just going to be using my finger, because what I came to realize is your finger applies shadows a lot more pigmented than your brush will. So I'm just going to apply that right in the center of my eyelid. What I like to do is go back in with those shades that I applied to the outer part of my eye and just make sure that everything is neat and put together. And now I'm going to go ahead and apply my lashes. But first, let me go ahead and do my mascara. And I'm going to be using the Colossal Big Shot Mascara from Maybelline, of course. Like I said earlier, I've already prepped my skin. So now I'm going to go ahead and go into my Maybelline Fit Me foundation. And again, if you want to know any details on the makeup that I'm using, it's always in the description box below. Dot this one. Like, I really like how this foundation feels, and it's not a lot of coverage, but it's really blends in with my skin. Go ahead and blend this in. Oh yeah, and I'm using this Real Techniques beauty blender. And like I stated in my last video, if you didn't watch, this is a great dupe for if you're looking for something that's a little less expensive than the actual beauty blender. I'm going to go ahead, of course, and use my Tarte Shape Tape, and I'm in the shade Tan. And I don't like to use a lot of this because it's pretty thick. So, and as you can see, I don't take it all the way up because that's just going to make it too cakey under my eye. I'm going back in with the beauty blender, and this side is like so perfect for doing this part. Of course, the contour is going to bring tons of color back to my face. Number one, this ring light is very bright, so it's giving me like a crazy look. So I'm going to go ahead and contour. Do this side. Like, I just love to look extra. And then I'm going to go in and bridge my nose, but I'm not going to do that quite yet. So now I'm going into this KatVonD Shade+Light palette. I'm just going to reapply some of this bronzer or some of this contour shade over what I already applied on my face, because I just like to be extra extra bronzed. And this brush is from, I believe, Real Techniques, and this is also a great drugstore. I'm gonna go ahead and bake under eyes really quickly with this Mercier. Powder. All this said, I'm going to go ahead and with a blending brush, and I'm going to go ahead and contour my nose. I like my nose to be really contoured, so I'm going to be using the darkest shade out of that KatVonD palette. And what I like to do is I just like to push this in once it's been set. So now I'm going to go back in with the shade that I used for the very first part of my eye, which was this shade right here. And I'm just going to finish off the bottom lash line. I'm just going to be applying this right underneath, just to add some more color and depth to the eye. Now what I'm going to do is go back in with my mascara. And I'm just going to go ahead and do the bottom of my lashes. So for my lip today, I'm going to be using the NARS. This is in the shade Turkish Delight. This is just like a pinkish type gloss, and I haven't used this in a while actually. I used to use this a lot, I think, like in my first videos. Very pinkish. Of course, I'm going to be using the Anastasia Aurora Glow Kits, and as always, I'm going to go into this silver shade. I don't want to do too much. I don't want to take away from the eyes. And that's it. Okay, so this concludes the tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed what I recreated, and I hope you guys, of course, didn't find it too hard. And don't forget to comment down below and let me know how I did. And also, if you guys have any other ideas of what else I can do as far as videos for my channel, because I always am stuck on ideas, and I would love if you guys help me. So if you can think of any other YouTube videos that you guys want to see me do, thinking about doing like the 5-minute makeup challenge, no hands, so all of that. If you want to see any of that, just comment down below and I'll be more than happy to do it for you. So anyways, enough of me talking. If you're here, go ahead for me and like, subscribe, and comment. And thanks for watching. See you guys soon.